Oh boy, I really hope I don't miss out on anything, cause this changelog is a beast, 5 pages long. We're talking about more than 60 new features and whopping 100 plus improvements. And here's a spoiler alert, Blocksy 2 is awesome. And in this long video, I'm gonna show you all the new features and what you can do with it. So let's dive in. But first things first, in case you don't know what is Blocksy, then it's one of the most highly rated WordPress themes out there. For example, take a look. Currently it has more than 100,000 active installations, and if you take a look at the ratings, you'll see that nearly 100% of the ratings are 5-star ratings, only one 4-star rating and one 2-star rating. It has been my main go-to theme for the last couple of years, and as you already guessed, it has a free version, the one you see on the screen right now, and it has a pro version. At the moment, pro version costs $49 per year for one site. There is also a lifetime license. Those are the official prices, but if you take a look at the description of this video, then there is a nice 10% discount coupon for you. Blocksy Theme usually doesn't have any ongoing sale campaigns, so this 10% may be handy. Just follow the link and you're good to go. Now when this is out of the way, let's go to the site. I already have a site with a Blocksy installed and everything is configured. So let's hop to the dashboard and see what is what here. After installing the Blocksy theme and the companion plugin, that is the Pro plugin, go to the dashboard. You'll see all the options here with the quick links to the customizer, and there is also a link to the documentation, so it's easy to follow. Next, there are starter sites. You can preview them and install. You can choose whether to install the Gutenberg version or the Elementor version. Sometimes there is also a breezy version like the modern shop over here. Usually the importing takes less than a minute. Next, I'm gonna go to the extensions. Those are the free extensions. You can add a cookie consent on your site, newsletter subscription form. You can activate product reviews post type, this one here, and you can display trending posts down below after your content. As you see, every extension has a documentation link and a tutorial link. Next, there are a bunch of pro extensions, for example, for WooCommerce shop. There is a floating cart, quick filters, wishlist, product sharing box, comparison table, advanced gallery, search by SKU, variation swatches, free shipping meter, product brands, affiliate products, custom tabs, size guide, advanced reviews, and custom thank you pages. I'm going to show you all in this video later. Any of those extensions can be deactivated or activated as you need. Next, we have a post types extra, which enables the support for custom fields inside the archive cards. Also, it adds a reading time meter on your site. You can copy all the page title options between the post types. You can add post filter and you can customize taxonomies. If you use Adobe fonts, you can activate this one here. If you would like to add custom fonts to your site, then activate this extension and you can upload your own fonts. If you would like to load Google Fonts locally, then activate this one here. Search for the font, configure it, set which one needs to be preloaded, and activate it. Advanced menu options allows you to create mega menus and adds icons and badges to the menus if needed. Also, you can display content blocks inside your drop-downs. Content blocks are those here. In a minute, I'm going to show you what you can do with those. Color mode switch, you can activate or deactivate dark or light mode on your site. I'm going to activate the extension. Custom code snippets allows you to inject custom code snippets throughout your website or based on post or page. If you need multiple sidebars, then activate this extension. Shortcuts bar allows you to display shortcuts down below on your site. I'm going to show you later what will it do. And if you need to white label your site, then activate this one here. Under the usual plugins, you'll see the plugins they suggest. You don't have to use those. And changelog displays the latest changelog. Now let's go to the content blocks. I have a bunch of content blocks here, but what it does, it allows you to add content in the place you need using the hooks. You can also create pop-ups, or you can create custom templates, for example, archive templates, single templates, header templates, footer, page not found, 404, page template, and maintenance template. But let's create a custom content hook. I'm gonna add a hook name, create the content block. I'm gonna add some random text. And now under the Blocksy settings, I'm gonna show where I would like to display it. For example, I'm gonna display it after a single product excerpt. This is a location, and under the conditions, I'm gonna display it only for single products. I can also add taxonomies, only specific posts or page or so on. But at the moment, for every single product, I'm gonna display this some random text. And if I open up one of the product, you'll see this is here. If I go back and deactivate it, it's gone, and it can't get any easier. I have made a separate video how to use the content blocks and create pop-ups, so I'm going to put the link to this video in the video description. There is also another way to see what hooks Blocksy is using, and it's handy when you want to add your own custom code or custom code snippets. But in order to see Blocksy hooks, go to your site, take a look at the hooks location up here. If you click on show theme hooks, you'll see all the hooks it uses. Just grab the hook from here and use in your code. If you go to the shop page and activate show WooCommerce hooks, then you'll see the WooCommerce hooks here, and you'll see the custom Blocksy hooks you can once again use in your own code. In order to deactivate, just hide those here. Now one more thing I almost forgot. Let's open this up. If you're using a Gutenberg text editor, then take a look at the new blocks Blocksy added. If you scroll down, you'll see this part here, Blocksy, and currently it contains 9 blocks. It's a dynamic data, live search, shop filters, posts, about me, advertisement, contact info, socials, and breadcrumbs. Shop filters, you're gonna use those for creating filters. I'm gonna later show you how to do that. About me is just a simple about me block, just replace the information. Live search allows you to add a search bar on your site. Posts allows you to display posts. And as always, if you click on it, you can choose between different options here. Advertisement allows you to add your own ad code here. Just add it here. Contact information is this one here. Social icons, these ones. Breadcrumbs. And now the most exciting one, dynamic data. If you add this block to your site, then you can choose a content source, whether it's a page title, excerpt, post date, comments, terms, author. But if I go to the post type that contains custom fields, for example, I have posts and they have advanced custom fields information added, this one here. If I add this block here, then I can choose also advanced custom fields information here. For example, let's choose this one. I can choose whether it's heading or div or span or paragraph. Let's choose this one here. And as you see, the information I have added here is also previewed here. I can add before text or after text. I can add a custom field fallback text, and I can customize it. So this is an awesome addition for those who need to output the information from the custom fields. Once again, it's under the blocks. Scroll down and you'll see Blocksy blocks here. Previously I displayed how to use content blocks. Now if I am under the posts, then I can also add the content from the content blocks in the middle of my text. Just choose a block and done. Next, let's move under the appearance and menus. I have a shop menu here. If I open it up, you'll see there is a menu item settings. If you click on it, then you can see all the Blocksy menu options. I can activate the mega menu, choose a content width for the mega menu dropdown, whether it's content width, full width, or custom width. I can choose mega menu columns and the layout, whether the Ajax content loading is activated. I can enable or disable menu labels. I can disable the label links, and I can add icons. For example, if I choose, for example, this one here, then I can also set the icon size and icon position. I can add a badge to the menu. For example, text is hot, vertical alignment, -15, and under the design, I can design it. Mega menu background, link color, text color, heading color, divider, columns divider. Let's add this one here. Label settings and badge, font color, background color. Let's add this one as a background. Now let's save it, close it, and let's create a mega menu. For example, those two are submenus and those two are also submenus. I'm gonna open this up, and under the menu setting, I'm gonna define that it's a heading. Once again, I can design it if needed. I'm gonna skip this part in order to keep it short. Let's do the same with this one here. It's a heading, save it. Now, one more trick from the Blocksy. I'm gonna add a custom link. It's an empty link. I'm gonna name it as block, add it to the menu, drag it here. Under the menu settings, I'm gonna select the content type. It's not a default, it's gonna be a custom text or content block. I'm gonna choose content block, choose a card page banner, for example, content visibility only for desktop, not for the mobiles. I'm gonna disable the label and save it. Save menu, refresh, and as you see, there's my label, 2 columns, and my block I added here. And if you would like to create mega menus, then it can't get any easier, isn't it? Now let's move to the widgets. And there is a sidebar widget area. Where does it come from? Let's go to the Blocksy dashboard, extensions, and there is a multiple sidebars. If I deactivate it and refresh it, then no option is displayed. But if I activate it and refresh, then there is an option to create multiple sidebars. Let's give it a title, for example, demo sidebar. Create sidebar. It's here, and as you see, there is a display options icon here. If I click on it, I can add my conditions where I would like this sidebar to display it. If you don't need this sidebar anymore, then just remove it and you're done with it. Next thing I would like to show you is another extension, and this time it's a post types extra. Later I'm going to show you the read time. I also display the dynamic data. I'm going to show you copy options, post filter, but now I'm going to show you the taxonomy customization. That is, if I go to the posts, I have categories, and if I open up a category, then I can add a featured image to this taxonomy page or add accent colors. For example, if I go to the blog, and then if I go to the customizer posts, blog posts, card options, post meta, I have it activated, taxonomies, it's here. If I choose a button style, then this one is a style for the buttons. I can customize it here. I can add a different color for different taxonomies. For example, this one here is an orange, but I can add some other color here. These are the taxonomy customization options.
Consider that first part as a little appetizer or just a teaser, because now it's time to roll up our sleeves, dive into the customizer and see what's sizzling over there. And hey, if you find this video helpful, then don't forget to smash that like button down below or just give it a friendly tap.
Now let's move to the appearance and customize, and let's see what happens over here. I'm going to move from top to bottom, so I'm going to take a look at every menu over here. First is general. You can select the layout, width, content area spacing, edge spacing. If you're using narrow container For some post types, for example, blogs, then you can choose what is a narrow container max width. Next one is buttons. You can choose the min height, whether it has a hover effect, and design options. Pay attention that there is a setting for every screen size. Now down below here you'll see shortcuts bar. This is extension we activated earlier. And the same options are basically for every menu. There is a general options and design options. Now next one is breadcrumbs. I'm gonna open a page here. If I activate breadcrumbs for this post type, for example this one here, then I can set whether the home item is text or icon, what is a homepage text, and where I would like to display the breadcrumbs. And there is a design option over here. Just customize it as you like. There is a form elements. You can customize your forms. For example, if I go to the checkout page, this is my regular form, but if I choose a modern, then it looks like this. For both types, you can choose the colors, border sizes, input heights, text area heights, radio checkbox colors, drop-down colors, and so on. Those are the form elements options. Next is entry content, whether the content spacing is comfortable, compact, or spacious. If you have added any links to your site, like the one you see here, you can change the display type, type 2, type 3, type 4, and type 5. I'm going to leave it as type 1. If you would like to add a social media icons, for example, these here, if I click on it, you'll see there is a Facebook and Instagram icon, and it says that configure the links in the general social networks. Here you can add your own links to the social networks. Under the visitor engagement, you can add your Google Analytics version 4 tracking ID number here. You can enable or disable schema markup. For example, if you're using any SEO plugin that does it, then you can deactivate it here. And you can enable or disable the open graph rich meta. Once again, if your SEO plugin does it, then deactivate it here. Scroll to top is this one here. You can design it. Choose icon and the colors. Website frame. As you see, I added a frame here. Maybe I would like to change the color. Now this is the frame. Add the frame size and frame color or deactivate it. Under the manage options, you can export all the customizer options or you can import the options. Or if you would like to reset all the options, then click on this button. But pay attention that if you do this, then all the settings will be reset and you will lose all the customizations.
Now let's talk about your website header. The header, it's like the VIP section of your website layout. So having a killer tool in your arsenal to craft all sorts of header style is a game changer. And you won't believe your eyes, because Blocksy boasts one of the most mind-blowing header and footer builders in the game. Ready for a peek? Well, let's dive in and check it out.
Next one is header, and this one here is one of the most advanced header builders I have ever seen. It's really easy to use. Basically just drag and drop everything in a place you would like your content to be displayed. As you see, I'm just dragging this HTML element and it moves around. There are a bunch of elements you can drag to the header. For example, I'm gonna drag the color switch here. It's added here, and if someone clicks on it, it activates a dark mode. If you click on it, you'll see the options for it. You can choose a type 1, type 2, or type 3 icon. I like the first most. Reverse icon state, icon size, label visibility, and you can choose a default color mode for your site, whether it's light, dark, or operating system aware. Under the design options, there are some color options. Now, if you have a color switch added, then go also to the colors here, and you'll see the dark mode color palette. You can change the colors for the dark mode over here. Back to the header, and there's a color switch. I can drag it anywhere I want, and if I need to delete it, then I'm gonna just click on this cross icon here. There is also an option to add content blocks. For example, the content blocks we created before. I can choose this demo hook. It won't display because the conditions were only for the single products. So let's take a look. Let's open up a single product page. And this hook I created before is displayed here. You can clone the items. You can add dividers, menus, mobile menus, off-canvas logo, social, widget area, wish list, and so on. If you need to tweak the settings for every element, then just click on the element itself. For example, I clicked on the wish list icon. I can choose the icon source, type, icon size, label visibility, label text, and under the design I can customize fonts and sizes for every screen size over there. There is a account, and you'll see there is logged in options and logged out options. What to display for the logged in users and logged out users. For the logged out users it's login, and for the logged in users I can add my own menus down below here. For example, profile, WooCommerce account, wish list, content block, or I can add my own links. I can clone them, drag around, edit labels and links, and I can delete those here. Also avatar size, label visibility, label position, account action, whether it's drop down like the one you see here or it's just a link. If it's link, then I'm gonna choose where I would like to link this here, but I like the drop down more, so I'm gonna leave it as it is. And as you see, for the header, if you click on the element at any time, it will open up the settings. Really handy. This menu here is for the desktop view, but as you see, for the tablet and mobile I have a separate menu. It has an off-canvas area here, the one you see right now. I can customize it. For example, let's add this background or this one again, and I can add elements here as I did before. For example, off-canvas logo. I can choose a logo, for example this one. And this allows you to create different looking headers for your different devices. But that's not all. If you take a look at this headers option here, then you can create multiple headers. This one here is a global header. If I need to create another header, for example for shop, then I can copy elements from global header. Let's create it. Now there is a shop header. I can add conditions where I would like to display this header. For example, only on shop or single products. I have made a separate video also about this topic, so I'm not gonna cover it, but you can create multiple headers, set the rules and display them as you like. You can activate the transparent mode for the headers, and you can activate sticky mode for every header. You can choose what part of the header should be sticky. At the moment, as you see, the main and bottom row are sticky, but I can also set it only for the bottom row to be sticky, like this. Awesome. Okay, let's move to the footer. Basically the same idea. There is a footer builder. Just drag and drop the content on the area. You can create multiple footers here, and if you click on the row settings, you can set how many columns you would like to display, whether it's 2 or 4, and you can choose the layout. You can do it for every row here. But the builder is basically the same as for the header. You can clone elements, and if you click on the element, you can design it as you like. Next one is sidebar. If you're using sidebar for your site, then you can choose between 4 sidebar types. Set the width, gaps, vertical spacing. You can also set the sidebar to be sticky, set the visibility, and design it as you like. Now let's take a look at the colors. You can choose between color palettes for your site. Take a look at the color palettes here. There are 12 of those, but you can also create your own color palettes. For example, I can save this one here as a custom. Save palette, and if I open it up, you'll see it's under the custom, and I can delete it. It saves a ton of time to save the color palettes here. And down below you can change colors for every element on your site, paste text, links, text selections, headings, and so on. Also, you can change the site background color here. For example, choose this one here and you see it's changed. I'm going to change it back. Next one is a typography. You can choose Google Fonts, set font sizes, letter spacing, line height, and so on and so forth. Under the performance, you can tweak the strategy of outputting the dynamic CSS, whether it's file or inline. You can disable emojis, store gravators locally, and lazy load the images. Just activate and choose what type of images you would like to be lazy loaded.
Okay, we've covered all the basics, but now it's time to shift gears and delve into the nitty-gritty of post types and their settings. And hey, if you want to stay in the loop for more fantastic WordPress tutorials, then remember to hit that subscribe button down below, so you'll be the first to know when I drop a new content.
These were the general options. Now let's move to the post types. The more post types you have, the more are displayed here. For example, I have blog posts, pages, portfolios, product reviews. Portfolio and product reviews are custom post types. If you have your own custom post types, then those are appearing also down below here. Let's take a look at the blog here. I'm going to open up the blog page. So blog posts. Let's take a look at the post filter. I'm going to activate it. And this is the one here. If someone clicks on it, then in a second it filters posts based on the categories. You can choose whether the filter source is categories or tags. You can also add item counter, instant reload or page reload, and type 1 or type 2. There is also a customization option here. Let's start with the blog title here, this one. You can choose the elements to be displayed, and you can choose between two display types. Type 2 is the one you see on the screen, and this is a type 1. Under the design, you can change the colors. I like the type 2 more, therefore I'm going to activate this one. Change the color and if needed also the fonts. You can add your own overlay color and container background. You can choose what elements you want to be displayed. And once again you can display the content blocks you created before. For example, demo, hook, and whatever you have created. I'm going to deactivate those. I'm going to display only the title here. Next is horizontal alignment, vertical alignment, container width, container background image. You can display the custom image, no image, or featured image for this page or post. Just upload the image if you're using the custom image option. For example, this one here. As you see, the image is added, but it's too small. Therefore, I can change the container height, and let's change the size over here. Publish and done. This is for the blog title. Next, I can choose the blog structure, how I would like to display the posts. Next is number of posts, how many columns, if I choose a grid option. Next is card option, and I can choose the card type, whether it's simple, boxed, or cover. Simple, boxed. As you see, there is a shadow over here. And cover. The information is added to the image and I can tweak it here. Title font, excerpt font, meta font. Usually I like the boxed version the most, therefore I'm going to activate this one here. Change the colors, and under the general I can choose what card elements I would like to display. Maybe I don't need post meta, I can deactivate it. Maybe I want the title to be first. I'm going to rearrange the order or rearrange it back. If you're using custom fields, then you can activate ACF fields and you can choose what are the ACF fields you would like to display over here. And once again, you can display content blocks. Every element has its own options. For example, featured image, you can choose whether to display video thumbnails or boundless image, hover effect, image size, and image ratio. For the title, whether it's H2, for the excerpt, the length or full posts, read more button, some styling over here. If you scroll down, there is a card gap and inner spacing. You can choose also the horizontal alignment over here. Under the design, as always, all sorts of font and color options. Now if I go back and scroll up, there is a new option over here and it's copy options. I can choose whether to copy all options from other post types. I'm gonna show you in a minute what I mean by that. Every post type has it. For example, if I go to the single post, there is a single post, there is an advanced option. I can choose copy page title options from blog. And if I click on it, will copy everything. And now if I open up single post, you'll see that this page title here has all the same options. I can do it once again, copy page title from pages, for example. Let's copy and see what happens. As you see, it changed in a second. I like the previous more, therefore I'm gonna copy it once again. This is a new option and it will save you a ton of time. I really like it. Okay, but if we're talking about single posts, then you'll see you can choose the structure, normal width, sidebar, or narrow width, content area styles. You can activate and deactivate post elements. And if you activate something, for example, this featured image, if you open it up, there are some options for you to configure. And once again, some design options over here. Pay attention that there are related posts. If you activate those are the ones here. Read progress is this bar on top of here. I'm gonna change the color for it so you can see it a bit better. This orange, if I scroll down, you'll see read progress over there. I can activate or deactivate comments. Post navigation is something I really like. Next posts, previous post, this is a post navigation. This is an author box. You can activate and deactivate. It's the same with the share and post tags. Looks good. Now I'm gonna skip the categories because it's basically the same as the blog posts. Just copy all options from blog, copy, done, nothing else to configure here. But if I want, I can tweak it. Now let's move to the pages. Once again, page title, the same settings that for the other ones. If I need to copy it, then copy page title from blog, copy, and done. I can tweak it and display the breadcrumbs. Awesome. There are some page elements you can display: featured image, share box, comments, and once again read progress. Now I'm gonna skip some parts because author page, search page, portfolio, product reviews, and so on. Those custom post types, they have basically the same options. So portfolio title, elements.
Now, if you're a proud shop owner, then you're in for a treat because Blocksy has some fantastic tricks up its sleeve to elevate your store game. A good chunk of these game changers are WooCommerce related, so let's roll up our sleeves and see what Blocksy has in store for your online shop.
Now let's take a look at the WooCommerce options, and there is a lot to cover. For example, messages, customization options. You can customize all the colors for the messages. Star ratings, the same. Quantity input. I'm gonna open up a product here. As you see, there is a type 1 and type 2 with a plus icons. I can design it here. Usually I like the type 1 more, therefore I'm gonna leave it as it is. Next one, product badges. There are new options here. You can add sale badge here and choose the type. Next you can choose where to show the sale badge, archive or single pages, and value, whether it's just a random text or custom that displayed percentage. Next one is out of stock badge, and you can choose whether to display it on archive or single pages, but the badge is sold out. New badge, is the one you see here. This one, new. You can choose label duration, so it's 31 days for me. If the product has been added in between last 31 days, this badge is displayed. If it's older, then no new badge over here. Next is featured badge. That is if I set my product to be featured, this gift card or this grouped large product, or I'm gonna add this one here. Then this hot badge is displayed. I can change the text here. If I open up the single product page, you'll see the badges here. And under the design, you can customize the colors for those badges. Next is account page. Let's go to the account page. Account page options. There is a avatar, this one here, avatar size, whether to display the usernames, and navigation quick links, the account and logout here. And design, navigation shadow, text color, background color, and nothing else here. Checkout page. This is a checkout page. I can activate whether to display the coupon form, product image, this one here, quantity input. I can highlight the required fields, and I can set whether the company address or phone fields are optional or required or hidden. I can set privacy policy and terms and conditions page. Now if I go to the cart page, there is a new addition here, quantity auto update. By default, WooCommerce has a button here, update totals or update cart, but Blocksy has an option, auto update, if I change a quantity. I can deactivate the coupon form if needed. Next we have size guides here, whether to display them as modals or side panel. So what is a size guide? This is a button down below here. And if I go to the products, there is a size guide menu. Let's create one. Add a title. Let's create a table. Now let's open up page settings, add conditions, display those for accessories. So all products in the accessories category will see this specific size guide. I'm going to save it, publish it. And now I'm going to open up accessories. Let's open up this product. There is a size guide, and this is a table here. I can display it as modal or side panel. Let's see what the side panel does. Well, there you go. Okay, back to the modal and to the quick view. What is a quick view is this icon here. If you click on it, then the quick view appears, and you can customize what is the trigger for it, whether it's button like the one I clicked a second ago, whether it's a product image or the whole cart. You can set the modal width, product navigation, you'll see those arrows here. Let's display it here. So, navigation, you can scroll through the products really easy. Image ratio and some design options. This is a quick view. Next we have a wish list, and wish list as a separate element up here. You can customize it, and you can choose whether to display the wish list to all users or only for logged in users. Set the wish list page. You can add the specific product variations to the wish list, add the share box, display the sharing networks, and some design options. And if you add it to the site, then it's here, and it's here for the archives. Next we have is compare, and this also has a separate element, this one here. For the comparison table, you have an option to select whether to display it on a separate page like I do, or to display it in the modal. If it's a page, then select the page, and you can set the table fields you would like to display on the comparison table. Just activate or deactivate them, or rearrange as you like. There is also a compare bar, this one here. If you're adding affiliate links to the products, then you can choose whether to add the link to the product image, title, whether to open link in the new tab if clicked on a button, and the same with the single products. Advanced reviews allows you to display the average score for the product rating, add the titles for the reviews. You can allow image upload for the users when they're leaving a review, and also you can activate the voting. I don't use reviews on my site, but if I would, then this would be handy here. Next one is free shipping. I'm going to show you what will it do for you. I'm going to display it on the cart page, checkout page, and in a mini cart. Mini cart is the one here. But before I talk about the free shipping, I'm going to open up the mini cart option, and I'm going to choose another one. As you see, I have drop down, but I like the off canvas option more. And if I click now here, then this is off canvas option, and this is a free shipping displayed here. For the cart drawer, you can set whether to automatically open it on product pages and archive pages. What does it mean is, if I add product to the cart, then this drawer opens. I can change the information here if needed, and I can even delete it. And once again, this one here is a shipping bar. Now let's take a look at the shipping bar and see what goes on with it. And now you'll see there is a add 100 euros more to get free shipping. This is the amount here, but I can change the calculation method. If I have a free shipping added in WooCommerce and it's for 200 euros, then this information will be taken over there. I added the custom, and there it is. Discount calculation, include or exclude, default message, success message, and design options. And this here is a free shipping bar. Next is variation swatches. What are the variation swatches? Those options here. Instead of displaying them as drop downs as WooCommerce does by default, I can add my own variation swatches. I'm going to go to the attributes. If I add a new attribute, for example, demo, then I can choose swatch type, whether it's button, select, color, or image. If it's color, then if I add attributes, for example, XS, I can choose a color here. I can also add images or display them as buttons. Button is this type here. Under the settings, I can choose the swatch shape, whether it's round or square. I like the round more. Swatch size. If you display them in the widgets, then widget swatch size, archive card swatch size, the same settings for the image swatches and button swatches, and some design options. One less plugin for you to have, because variation swatches are built in right now for the Blocksy theme. And last one under the general is store notice. You can add a notification for users. At the moment it's down below here. I can also set it to the top, change the message, design, and if needed, deactivate it. Next we have here product archives, that is the shop page. Once again, page title, I can copy it from the blog as we did before, but I'm not going to do that. I can customize it as I like, as before, the same settings here. Under the shop settings, I can choose the layout type, whether it's type 1, this one here. As you see, price is up here and actions are down below here. Next one is type 2, price is here, actions are here. And there is also a new type 3 version now, which means if you hover on the image, you'll see the actions here. I'm going to set it to type 2. Next, I can set up how many columns I would like to display and how many rows. 10 rows, 4 columns, up to 40 products per page. Card options, similar to the blog post options, you can drag and drop and rearrange the information. For example, let's move swatches and rating, place. I can deactivate or activate elements here. Every element has their own options. Once again, swatches, bottom spacing between this element and the next one. Brands, I probably forget to mention, but Blocksy has a brands taxonomy built in. Just go to the products, brands, and add your own brands like I did here. You can add a logo for every brand, and in order to activate it, go to the Shop Extra settings and activate product brands. Then it will be added here. And if it's activated and you created brands, then you can display them here. The logo you see for this product is a brand logo I added. You can change the logo size here. Some additional actions: wishlist button, this one, compare button, this one. You can activate or deactivate for the archive pages. And design options are always the same. Next on page element, filter canvas. If I deactivate it, then no filters are displayed. If I activate it, though, then I have an option to display filters here. Filter panel columns 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Whether to display it like I have here, or I can display it also on a separate off-canvas sidebar. I like this type 2 more, therefore I'm going to activate this, and since I want them to be displayed all the time, I'm going to activate filters area always open, but I can also deactivate it, and then user has to click on the filter button and it appears. I'm going to leave it open all the time. Next is filter icon, button visibility, filter text, and now let's go to the appearance widgets, and there is a WooCommerce filter canvas here. If I open it up, then you'll see all the filters I have added. There is nothing complicated. Just add a shop filters widget or block, and if you click on it, you'll see the options. I want to filter by attributes or brands even maybe. Yeah, let's add brand. Display type, whether it's list like the one here or inline. I like this one more. Image aspect ratio, image max width, whether I allow multiple selections, display label, show counter, show image frame, I don't like it, show reset button, or exclude some specific brands. And you can add all sorts of attributes or categories here in a similar way. And now if I activate it and update it, refresh the page, you'll see this is the one I added here, and it works like a charm. I can filter everything. There is active filters. I can reset filters, and let's do it once again. Now this active filters, you can customize it here, active filters, whether to display active filters or not, and there's a label for it. And if you need to delete it, then just delete it, update it, and done. Back to the settings, there is a result count, this one here, product sorting, this one here, sidebar if needed. If you activate it, then you can choose whether it's on right or on the left. I'm going to deactivate it here. Next is pagination, and pagination is the one displayed down below here. If I open it up, I can choose a type, whether it's standard, like the one you see here. Next, previews, like this one here. Load more, adds a button here. If I click on it, it loads more products. And infinite scroll. If you scroll down, then the products will be loaded. I'm going to leave it as standard. Now, one more thing I would like to display. As you see, if I edit an element, for example, this product grid, if I click on it, the settings will be opened. The same with this one here, this element here, footer, and so on and so forth. Makes editing your site much easier. Now we covered product archives. There is one last thing, Ajax filtering. Whether you would like to page reload or use Ajax, I like the Ajax more. There is also a default product catalog options, whether to display the products on the shop page, categories or products, category display, the same options, and sorting options.
Well, if you thought, is that all there is for WooCommerce, then you're in for a pleasant surprise, my friend. We're just getting started because now it's time to dive into the fascinating world of the single product features.
Back to the WooCommerce settings. Let's open up the single product. I'm going to open up a product here. As always, there is an option to copy the options. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to customize single product title, but the logic is the same as before. Now, page structure. Narrow width, normal width, left sidebar, right sidebar. I have normal width here. Content area style, wide, vertical spacing. And now let's take a look at the page elements. First, it's product gallery, and Blocksy has 4 built-in gallery options. Type 1 is the one you see here. Type 2, this one here, with the thumbnails down below. Type 3, this one here, and type 4. You can change the number of columns. I have 3 images. I'm going to change it. Ratio, predefined, and this way you can customize it. But I'm going to leave the type 1 activated at the moment. Now I can change gallery width. I'm going to set it to 35%. Thumbnail spacing down below here. Thumbnail position, horizontal or vertical, like here. Image ratio, I'm going to set it to original. Whether to open the lightbox, disable zoom effect, and sticky gallery. As you see, if I scroll down, this gallery is sticky over here. And next is gallery arrows visibility. I'm going to add it also for the mobiles, and thumbnail arrows also for the mobiles. Under the design, you can change the gallery colors. Next we have product elements, and oh boy, there are a lot of those here. I can add all sorts of stuff. Title, this one, price, star ratings, short description, I can disable it. I can add a countdown box with a title, hurry up, the sales ends in, and there will be a time. You can change this title here. Now the question is, what is a countdown box? Let's take a look. If I have a scheduled sale price and I open up the product, then you'll see this timer here. Hurry up, the sale ends in days, hours, minutes, or seconds. And you can choose a place where to display it or deactivate it. Next is the divider. So I can clone them, add to cart button, additional actions. And the additional actions are those wish list, compare, and size guide here. Whether to display them as a button or as link. I have a button selected. I can rearrange them if needed or change it back. Next I can add payment methods. As you see, there is a title, guaranteed safe checkout. This one here. I can add predefined methods, or I can add a custom method like I have done, 3 of those here. Just add my own icon and it's displayed here. Next is additional info. Those are the extra features you see here. Title, extra features, and now I can add whatever I like here. I can source, default or custom, add the title, clone it or delete it, add some spacing between this and next element. I added a divider here. Now I can add content blocks as I did before, whatever content block I would like to add here. At the moment I added this product block, and if I want to change it, I can just select it here, or I can deactivate it. Next I have brands here. This product doesn't have any brand, but if I add a brand to this product and update it, if I take a look at the product now, then there is a brand logo. I can change the logo size and some spacing. Next is product meta information, share box, and shipping bar. I'm gonna drag it below the add to cart button, and now it's here. Next is whether to display variations inline like I do, or this way, and whether to add a sticky container. Under design you can change fonts and all colors for the prices, quantities, and so on and so forth. For example, I have a quantity color gray here. Let's add this one and change it. One more thing, if there is an add to cart button, I can change the button width, for example 100% or 40%. Next is floating cart. This is the one you see here with the select options. If I scroll down and there is a no add to cart button, then I can see this one here. Let's take a look at this product. Scroll down and it appears. Position, whether it's top or bottom. Under the design you can choose a background as you like. Product tabs is this part of the product here. If you activate custom tabs module, then under the products you'll see product tabs menu and you can create your own tabs. For example, this product is elephant chair. I'm gonna add a tab title, text, and now let's add some conditions. Tab order, I'm gonna set it to 90. That is, I want it to be the last one here. And add some conditions. I'm gonna display this only for specific product, that is elephant chair. Save conditions, publish, and you'll see this is a tab. If I open up any other product, then no custom tab with this name is added. Awesome, isn't it? Now, if I open up the tab settings, I can choose between 4 tab types. This one is tab type 2, this is type 1, there is also type 3, and based on the tab type you choose, you'll see different settings. This one here is a accordion type, as you see, accordion, whether it's first tab expanded or not. I'm going to close it, and now the tabs are closed and you can open up like this. And there is also type 4, which looks like this one here. Now take a look at this option. I'm going to activate the accordion, this one here, and I'm going to place the tabs under the summary. Awesome. Just to display what happened, I'm going to publish it, refresh it, and you'll see gallery, product summary, additional information, and other information added as tabs. There are not too many themes that allow you to do that. So what else do we have here? Description heading and product brand tab. If you would like to display the brand information in a separate tab, then you can also activate it here. And some design options. Next one, we have related and upsells. What does it mean? Related products, and if I would have any upsell products, then they would appear here. I can select whether it's default type or a slider. I can choose whether to autoplay the slider and how many products I would like to be visible. For example, 2. And now there is a slider like the one you see here. How many products I would like to display in this slider. You can set the number as you like. There is also a related products visibility and upsell products visibility. Next one is Ajax add to cart. What will it do? If I click here, then it will add product to the cart without the need to refresh the page. Okay, so let's publish it and let's go back.
Nope, we're not done with the WooCommerce related features yet. There are some more cool tricks up my sleeve that I would like to share with you before we call it a day.
I'm not done with the WooCommerce options yet because I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna open up a product. But before I do that, I'm gonna point out that there is a custom thank you pages module. What will it do? Under the marketing, there is a thank you pages. I have created one. Now if I click on add new, give it the title, elephant thank you page. Next, I'm gonna add some modules here. And if I scroll down, there is a Blocksy section. There is a order details block. I'm gonna click on it and it appears here. I can activate or deactivate some sections. For example, order details will be activated, other ones will be deactivated. Next, I'm going to add some random information here. Now I'm going to add a row with 2 columns. And in the first column, I'm going to add order review. And in the second one, I'm going to add customer details. Publish. And under the Blocksy settings, I can choose the conditions for this thank you page. But at the moment, I'm going to leave it as it is, because I'm going to go to the products, all products. I'm going to open this product, and there's a thank you page option here. I'm going to choose this one. Update it, view the product, add it to the cart, go to the checkout, place the order, and there you go, my custom thank you page for this product. Now a couple of other things. Let's open up this product here. If I scroll down, you'll see there is a video icon here. If I click on it, I can upload my video or use YouTube video or Vimeo video. So I'm going to grab this URL for this random video from the YouTube, add it here, and now I can choose whether to autoplay the video, loop the video, or display the simplified player. Yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to save it, close it down, update it, and if I open up the product, as you see there is a video icon. If I click on it, it will display it. Also, if I go to the shop page, the same happens here. Next thing I would like to display is that if you have a variable product, like the one I have here, if you open up variations, there is a variation gallery option here. What is a gallery source, default or custom? I choose custom and add edit gallery images. So I'm going to add those 4 images for this variation. And I'm going to do the same with the other one. Those 4 images here. Insert. Now if I update it and view the product, you'll see images for this variation and other images for the other variation. I'm going to go back to the single product gallery, set it thumbnail position to horizontal, publish, refresh the page, and now it's a bit more understandable what's going on here. Images for this variation and images for other variation. Couple of other WooCommerce related things I would like to talk about. First is the search by SKU. What does it mean? So let's go to the search element on the header. I'm going to choose icon size, label text, placeholder text, search for products, live results, live result images, display product price, and if needed also product status. Search through criteria is products only. I'm going to disable other stuff. Under the design, I can change the color, publish, and now let's see. If I refresh the page, let's see, do we have any SKU? This one here. For example, I'm going to search for this SKU, and as you see, live result is here. I can click on it and it opens up. Now if I go back to the customizer, there is also a search box option here. I'm going to drag it up here and I can change the placeholder text, input height, live results options, and basically the same. But I can also add a taxonomy filter here. What is a taxonomy filter? Well, this one here. All the product categories I have. And under the design, once again, you can customize it as you like. I'm going to delete it. And this concludes the WooCommerce part. Couple of other things for you to show before we wrap this up. First is the shortcuts bar. This one here below. I'm going to make it darker so you can see what's happening here. First, icons colors, so you can see what are the icons that I would like to display here. There you go. Okay, so home icon, compare icon, wishlist icon, cart icon. If I click on the cart icon, it opens up. I can add my own icons here, phone, email, scroll to top, or custom icon, or shop icon. Icon sizes, container height, scroll interaction, and visibility. I disable it for desktops and display only for tablets and mobiles, and I can edit conditions where I would like to include or exclude. Currently I have added it to entire website, but I don't need it to be displayed on the cart page or checkout page. Next one, custom code snippets. You can add header scripts, for example, Facebook pixel code or Google Analytics, after body scripts and footer scripts. These here are the global settings, but you have also an option to add those scripts per page. That is, if you open up the page, then take a look at this Blocksy page settings icon here. If you scroll down, there is a custom code snippets. You can add your scripts in a way that they work only for this page or post. Now, since we're already talking about Blocksy page settings, then take a look. Every page has an icon up here, Blocksy page settings. You can leave everything as it is, add your custom page title, or disable the page title. Now you can select the page structure. Maybe the default is normal width, but for this page you would like to display the right sidebar, then choose it here. Content area style, whether it's custom or default. Content area vertical spacing. For example, I have a custom here that is the spacing is only displayed on bottom. And you can disable featured image, share box, disable header or disable footer. This is for the pages, but if you go to the posts, you'll see the same options here. And if you have a custom post type post, then the same settings appear also over there. Trending posts are those here. I can choose post types. If this product is the most popular, this is the one that is displayed down below here. Post type products, source taxonomies or custom query, whether it's from all taxonomies or specific ones. Trending from all time or last 24 hours, 7 days or last month. Image size, thumbnail, and display location before footer, or after header. Once again, you can edit the conditions, whether you would like to display it on an entire site or somewhere else. And some design options for you, for example, container background. You can change it and change all other information if needed. I'm gonna leave it as it is. Let's publish it and let's see whether I have something else I would need to point out. Site identity, your site title and favicon. Menus, widgets, but those are default WordPress options here. If you need to add additional CSS, then you can do it by adding it here.
What I write it was, and that was just the tip of the iceberg with Blocksy. Now, if you find this helpful, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe for this channel for more exciting content. And also let me know in the comments what are the most exciting features you like from the Blocksy version 2. Now, as you probably noticed, I've created a bunch of Blocksy related videos and one of those is on the screen right now. In it, I'm going to show you how to redesign your site with a Blocksy theme under 45 minutes. In the meantime, stay safe and take care.